Yeah, I think we've just been waiting for it. It's been a long time coming. We've only played at home once, and we really didn't get to play at home last year. So just getting to see new teams, and we didn't get to see them last year either. So it'll be exciting to play something new and get this thing going again.
0-0 record in league play. Despite that, you've already gotten to see a couple of GNAC teams. Kind of a nice thing this year. You got to have a taste of conference opponents without those games counting into conference standings. How do you think that'll help you, having played a couple GNAC teams already?
Yeah, we got to see their pitchers already. We went through all of their pitchers. We get to see where they kind of hit the ball, so we can prepare for that when we play them again. It also just helps the freshmen and the newcomers get to see like what we have to do in order to play well and what they can do too, and kind of a taste of the GNAC before it actually matters.
You guys are 3-1 in home games this season. You got the one series against Carroll under your belt, and you have a whole bunch of home games coming up. 4 of your 5 GNAC series are right here at home. How do you think that's going to help the team this spring?
Yeah, we're just really comfortable at home. It's just our home field advantage. We know like what to do out here. We know how the ball bounces, where the fences are. It's just very comfortable for us, and I think we're really excited to just finally be home. And even though there's no fans, it's still that excitement of like, this is our place, this is our time. So
talk about being a senior on this team, some of the perspective you gained. It's your third year in the program, even though you transferred in as a junior, so you had the extra year to kind of gain that perspective. What's it like being an upperclassman here?
It's awesome. I love taking the freshmen and even the sophomores under my wing and just making friends with them and showing them the ropes. I mean, this is my 5th year, so I feel like I've been doing this a lot longer, so I know kind of what to do and show them the ins and outs, keep their heads up and be positive when they're struggling, because that's always hard, especially when you're new to college. The struggle factor, it's just hits you like a train sometimes, so being able to help them with that, especially since I've been through it too. So.
And you're from just down the road a little bit in Park City, virtually your hometown university. What has it meant to come back here, finish your college career here in Billings?
Yeah, well, growing up, I always wanted to play at MSUB. I always came to the games. I came to some of Boomer's camps when I was little, so this has always been a dream of mine. I remember when I was at my JUCO, this was where I wanted to be. I could have probably went somewhere else, but I was dead set on coming to MSUB, so just wanted to play in front of my family again and my friends, and I knew people here, so that's just where I was meant to be.
I think we have a lot of like positive energy coming into this weekend. Like, we know we bring a lot of energy our like home games, so I think we're just excited to show our energy and then bring all that energy into our first like GNAC games of the year.
3rd season in the program with the Yellowjackets, so you've been through the GNAC League a couple of times. You know what it takes to have success in the GNAC. Talk about that a little bit and how you kind of try and teach that to the younger players.
I think like an important thing is just have fun. Like, if you can't have fun, you're not going to do well in your game. So just like reminding the freshmen and even sophomores to have fun and like love the game that they play.
This is a familiar sight for you guys this year here at Avitus Group Stadium. You have a whole bunch of home games on the back end of the schedule. I know you're excited about that. Talk about that home field advantage. I mean, you went 3-1 in your first home series.
Yeah, like I said before, like, we just love being like on our home field. We have a ton of energy, so I think that's really just going to like help us out a lot.
Talk about some of the things that you've really focused on personally to develop your game and grow over the last 2 years now that you're a junior on the team.
I've been focusing mostly on like my hitting right now. My defense has been pretty solid, so just making sure I'm like more consistent with my hitting has been a main focus for me.
Quite a few experienced infielders on this team, upperclassmen who've been in the program. What's it like to sort of be in that rotation up the middle, and what do the infielders bring to the table?
A lot of us in the infield have been here from like the beginning, and even with the newcomers, like, we can all be goofballs, so that just makes our relationship so much better. Like, knowing that even if we fail, like, our teammates have our back no matter what.
Central Washington coming in this weekend, always a competitive conference team. You guys didn't get to play them last year when the season was canceled, so it's been a couple years since you've seen them. What do you expect to see? Why will this be a good series?
I expect them to be tough. They were tough when they came here 2 years ago, so I just expect like a great game out of both teams.
I think the girls are excited to just get back and, like you said, start conference off strong, and it's nice to be at home. And we're really excited with how many series we have coming up at home. The weather here has been great, and we're excited to play this weekend.
You had the benefit of playing a couple of GNAC teams. Those games didn't count in the conference standings with the way the schedule's set up this year. How do you think that helped out to get your team a taste of what conference play will be like?
I think it was a good reminder of how good our conference is. It also showed us a little bit of our competition coming up later in the year. We face NNU and St. Martin's again later in April, so I think it was good to see them, and we kind of know a little bit more of what to expect, so I think that was nice to see.
A lot of good upperclassmen leadership on this team. One of those seniors, Hailee Gregerson, a fifth-year senior who's been in the program for 3 years after transferring. She's from right down the road in Park City. Talk about what she's meant to this program.
Hailee is just a really good kid with an awesome personality. She's very positive and works hard each and every day, which is great to see, and she brings that to her teammates as well. So it's always nice to see Hailee out here working hard.
You also have a lot of veteran leadership on the infield unit. One of those infielders is Sidney Pollard, another third-year player in the program. Talk about what she brings to the table.
Yeah, Sydney's really stepped it up this year. She's coming in, doing extra work, and getting done what she needs to. I think her range has improved a lot this last year, and she's also doing really well at the plate. She had some really crucial at-bats for us this last weekend at NNU, drawing the walks when we needed it and coming up with some clutch hits as well. She also had the amazing play in the 5-6 hole and through home, which was a big out for us.
As you mentioned, a lot of home games coming up here at Avitus Group Stadium. 4 of your 5 conference series, in fact, are here, so a nice advantage there. You're already 3-1 here. You took your series against Carroll. What does this field do for the team?
I think they just enjoy really playing at home. They call it a home field advantage for a reason, and it's nice to have that. And we always kind of have a little bit of weather on our side occasionally, and then just knowing our field, and then obviously having their family around too. With this year with no fans, they don't get that as much, but I think they know that they're there in support, and they just feel more comfortable.
Central Washington is a team you didn't get to play last spring with the season being canceled because of the pandemic. So it's been a couple years since you've seen them, but they're always competitive. They're always one of the top dogs in the GNAC. What are your thoughts on what this series will look like?
Yeah, Central Washington has always been a really competitive team in the GNAC, and I'm sure they'll be exactly the same this year. The most important thing is that we need to play Yellowjacket softball and stay within ourselves and know what we're capable of and just play that. And I think that we should be able to beat them as long as we do that.